Dolly Friends, and welcome to the third and final part of the Toodles and Friends Vintage Doll series. In the description box below, I have included the link to part 1 and part 2 if you are interested in checking it out. We are so happy you have joined us for the third part of the Toodles and Friends Vintage Doll series. We enjoy collecting all kinds of different dolls, so it's exciting to showcase some of our vintage dolls with you. In our Toodles and Friends Vintage Doll series, we have been showcasing a couple of different dolls each week, plus sharing the names we have personally chosen for them. All of our vintage beauties have their own very distinct personalities, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video because we finish it with some fun dolly roleplay. Not all our vintage dolls have been featured yet in this first series, so we may possibly look at doing a second vintage doll series next year in 2022. If you've seen any dolls here that you would like to know more information about, let us know in the comments. I love collecting American vintage dolls, especially those made by the Ideal Toy Company. Last week we showcased a couple of dolls from the Ideal Toy Company, and this week we will be showcasing one more doll from the Ideal Toy Company. The doll I will be showcasing is my absolute favourite in my collection, my Patti Playpal, and she is the tallest little lady up the back here. In Australia back in the 1950s, we didn't have a lot of access to American dolls other than Barbie dolls, so it's been rather challenging as a collector. The delivery costs from the US is expensive, and sometimes I pay just as much for shipping as I do for a doll. But if I really like the doll, I feel like it's definitely worth it. I was very lucky to source my Patti Playpal doll from an Australian collector who informed me that she has on a number of occasions has had to pay a small fortune to have dolls shipped from the US for her collection. My Patti Playpal's name is Ruby. Patti Playpal was created by both Neil Eston and Vincent DeFilippo. Neil Eston is a world-renowned sculptor who's best known for his work on the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial in Washington, D.C. He's also completed many bronze portraits of some of the best-known people in the world, such as John F. Kennedy, Prince Charles, Princess Diana, Jack Nicholson, to name a few. Eston was a sculptor from a young child and went on to train at the Tyler School of Fine Arts in Philadelphia and the Barnes Foundation in Marion, Pennsylvania. His father introduced him to the toy industry through his job, and his talents were instantly recognised by the Ideal Toy Company's president, who selected him to create the Patti Playpal doll. He created the design sample in less than 2 weeks. He even sculpted the entire Playpal family in a matter of a few months. He was a hugely talented artist. Vincent DeFilippo was the son of a sculptor and was surrounded by fine arts during his early years. He actually wanted to be a cartoonist, but ended up as a master sculptor at the Ideal Toy Company. He worked for Seiko, a small manufacturer of inexpensive dolls, prior to working for Ideal. And he went on to become an expert in all aspects of vinyl production, which led him being selected by Neil Eston to create the wax model for Patti. Neil Eston created the original Patti Playpal prototype with plasticine. He then turned over the Patti prototype to the wax modeler, which was Vincent DeFilippo, who made a hollow plaster mould of the sculpture. He poured liquid wax into the mould to make an impression. After thorough cleaning and polishing of the mould, Vincent determined the openings on the body and the eye socket positionings, and then trademarks were either carved or branded on with heat. And Eston's wife, Anne, a theatrical designer, designed Patti's first hair, makeup and costumes. She negotiated really hard with management to give Patti a wholesome American look rather than that sort of fussy, overdone look widely popular in Europe. After Eston moved on to other projects, Vincent DeFilippo was approached about tweaking the Patti prototype to reinvent consumer interest in her, and he created the Patti babyface sculpt. Patti Playpal was made from 1959 to 1961 and was marketed as a companion doll to children. They could share their clothing and play with their doll as if it was a real child companion. Patti Playpal was an instant success with children who longed to have a playmate. The Ideal Toy Company were actually not the first to produce a companion doll. In fact, it was the American character doll company who produced the Sweet Sue doll in 1953. However, Ideal's Patti Playpal was an instant success with consumers, and it started the whole companion doll craze. The Ideal Toy Company's Patti Playpal doll is 35 inches tall. She's the same size as a 3-year-old. Her head, arms, legs and torso are made from vinyl, and the process used for the doll's torso and legs is called blow moulding, which is a manufacturing process that form and joins together hollow plastic parts. The doll's head is marked Ideal Toy Corp G35 or B191. So there's her marking on her back. There we go, you can see a marking there. Patti Playpal was released in both a walking and non-walking version. Most collectors agree that the 1959 Patti Playpal dolls were non-walkers and had strung joint and swivel wrists, and the 1960s Patti Playpal dolls have stationary wrists, flanged arms, strung legs and are walkers. Some had their heads mounted on a coil spring device. Patti Playpal has sleepy eyes and a closed mouth. Her eye colour came in 3 colours: blue, hazel green and green. Her hair is rooted, it's sarin, and it comes in these various styles and colours. I'll pop them up on the screen for you. So there was blonde, which was the most common, auburn, brunette, also known as brown or black, brown, a lighter brown that is actually quite rare, strawberry blonde, a standard Patti blonde with a red tint, cinnamon, which is rare, carrot top, which is rare, platinum, which is also rare, platinum pullback hair, which is rare, gold platinum, which is also rare. And Patti Playpal's hair also came in different styles. So there was long straight hair with a fringe, which was most common, long straight hair with a curly fringe, which is rare, curly top, so it's tightly curled hair about chin length, a curly bob. So it's like the curly top, but very short, and that's rare. There's pullback, which is rare. Page boy, no fringe, which is rare. Spit curl, which is also rare. And the Patti Playpal family is actually a large one. Patti also had other family members, which included Peter, which is Patti's 4-year-old brother, Penny, which is Patti's 2-year-old sister, Susie, who's Patti's 1-year-old sister, Johnny and Bonnie, which is Patti's 3-month-old brother and sister. Whew, that was a real mouthful. And the 1960 Saucy Walker and Bye Bye Baby were the cousins to Patti Playpal. The Ideal Toy Company also released Daddy's Girl doll around the same time that represented a 12-year-old girl. And there was also special edition Playpal companion dolls released of child actresses Shirley Temple and Laurie Martin. The Ideal Toy Company licensed Patti Playpal moulds to a Brazilian company called Estrela to manufacture and sell in Brazil. And their Patti Playpal is called and was made from the late 1950s to 1986 and was brought back in 1996. In 1981 to 82, Ideal reissued Patti Playpal with blonde hair and a fringe, or what people in the US call bangs. Marked on the back of the head is Ideal Toy Corp G35H346. Marked in the centre of the back is Ideal 35FT. An African American Patti Playpal was also introduced. Later issues do not have sleep eyes. In 2003, Ashton Drake reproduced Patti, and in 2016, Ashton Drake released an African American version. Patti Playpal was hugely popular in the 1950s and 60s, and as with most collectibles, there are also clever knockoffs or copy dolls. These other types of companion dolls are also collectible and sought after by vintage doll collectors. Some Patti copycat dolls, although having many similarities, were recognisable as being different from the original Patti. Others, however, were so accurate that Ideal, protective of its copyrights, sued their makers and won. Neil Easton was called as an expert witness in these court cases. Competition within the toy industry is tough, and toy companies have always carefully guarded their secrets. There has always been piracy issues involved because toys are big business, with profit margins playing a huge role. Similar companion dolls and knockoff dolls were made and marketed by other companies under different names, such as Allied Eastern, Seiko, Vogue, American Character, Horseman, Unida, Madame Alexander, E.G., Earl Pullman, Cassim, Nasco, and numerous other manufacturers. Due to the licensing and trademarks, none of the other companies named their Playpal dolls Patti. However, it did not stop them from producing companion dolls that look strikingly similar to Ideal's original Patti Playpal doll. As I've mentioned in previous videos, copycat dolls, or what's commonly referred to as counterfeit or clever knockoffs, is a practice that's been going on in the doll industry for a very long time. These companies often produce dolls that were less expensive to buy and more affordable for those families with less money. Some doll collectors in our Reborn community may not think that this practice is morally right, but nonetheless, it's a practice that's been around since the Industrial Revolution and appears to be an accepted norm in the vintage doll community, as these copy dolls are highly sought after. So that completes the information I'm going to share with you about Patti. If you're interested in finding out some more information about Patti, I can totally recommend a book for you. I'll show it to you very shortly. And I'm now going to show you a lovely outfit that I've purchased for Patti. So this is one really good Patti Playpal book, and it's written by these authors. I'll just quickly show you the index inside. So that's what's in the actual book. It's very informative. It's really a really good resource if you're interested in collecting Patti Playpal dolls. There's lots of pictures and references. And what I find particularly interesting, up the back here, so these are some of the, the copy dolls that I was talking about before. As you can see, they look very similar to our Patti. Here's another one that we saw. Now these ones, that's the daddy's girl that I was talking about before. Here's another one, and this one is really interesting. See this one here? This is an original. This is a 42-inch Patti Playpal. She was made as a prototype, never manufactured, because she was just too big to dress. Here's those copy dolls. There's another kind of copy doll. You can see very, very similar. But what I thought was interesting that I wanted to read here is, and this is what the authors have written, and I really wish that some doll collectors would read this and think about it. All of this notwithstanding, collectors can make up their own minds about which dolls they want to collect. One of the most pleasurable aspects of collecting is the right to choose the dolls you want the most. It is rather like being a kid in a candy store, only now as an adult you have more money and no one can make you stop. Well, there are certainly some people in the doll community that do want to try and stop people from purchasing what they want, but I think the authors have made a really good point here. They really have. The most pleasurable aspects of collecting is the right to choose the dolls that you want most. What a really great point that they've made. So one of the fabulous things about Patti is that she fits into a standard child's size 3 clothes. And I recently purchased a lovely classic looking Patti outfit from the US off an Etsy page, and I'm going to open it up and share it with you now. How exciting! I've got a little note here. Oh, this is so lovely. The lady that I purchased from, her name is Nitsa, and I've met her in the vintage doll community. Lovely lady. And I purchased this outfit from her off her Etsy. She's got an Etsy shop. Very talented lady. She makes Patti outfits, and I was lucky enough to purchase this one when it came up on her Etsy page, which is called Nitsa Designs. I will place a link to her Etsy page in the description box below if you're interested in checking her Etsy shop out. And oh, there's a really lovely necklace here, but I think there was another one here too, so she's given me 2 necklaces. Oh, that's really lovely. But she said thank you so much for your purchase. That's a really nice touch. Okay, well, I'm now going to get the dress out of the box to show you. There's this beautiful head bow, and the dress is in the same design. As I said, there's this gorgeous necklace. That was the one that was advertised with the doll. Oh, sorry, with the outfit. Wow, this is so pretty. I'm just going to hang it up so we can go through the details. This is gorgeous. So the outfit is actually 5 pieces. It includes the dress, and you saw the hair bow before. It's got a double layer slip, a pair of pants, and a pretty necklace, which I showed you before. And the other little piece was a bracelet. Beautiful lace and bow details here. And there's this floral loveliness here. And there's the slip underneath. And then we've got the little panties. Just so pretty. So I'm going to get Patti dressed into her new outfit now. So I'm just getting Ruby dressed now, but I just want to show you a fabulous feature that Nitsa does with her Patti Playpal outfit. She does a full opening at the back, which means it's just so much easier to get the clothes on and off the Patti Playpal doll. Wow, that bow detail's so pretty at the back. I mean, obviously it needs a little bit of ironing because it's come all the way from the US and it's been in a box. But wow, that detail is just so pretty. I'm going to turn her around now. Wow, she looks so pretty. Doesn't Ruby look so pretty in her dress? What a precious girl. Oh, it's really lovely. I absolutely love this outfit. So pretty. So that completes that part of the video. We're now going to move on to some really fun Dolly role play. Oh, I am so looking forward to getting away and relaxing this weekend down at our beach house. Are you looking forward to it too, Tottie?
Yes, I can't wait to go to the beach and wear my brand new swimsuit.
Oh, it's exciting. Okay, off we go. Time to go.
Yay!
Now that the humans are away from the house all weekend, I'm now calling a meeting to discuss some rules. Gather around, dollies and toys. Silence! So, let me remind you of the rules. We can play anywhere in the house, but don't touch the humans' belongings. That includes you, Poppy. Don't go touching the little humans' special trinkets. Okay, Scarlett, I promise not to get into any trouble. I've learnt my lesson from the last time. Right. You can play anywhere in the yard, front or back. But if you hear any humans walking by the house, make sure they can't see you. Hide in some bushes or freeze like a statue. Now, the Malik bunnies overheard the humans talking about returning home at 5 p.m. on Sunday evening. So everyone will need to pack up their mess at 4:30 p.m. and assume their positions in the nursery. Whatever you do, don't leave the property. I'm not sending out a search party. Got it? Right, let's have some fun. Emergency! The humans have arrived home early. The car's just pulled up in the driveway. Oh no, we must go back inside the house immediately. Hurry up, go spread the news. Gather the troops. Return to the house immediately. Quick, assume your positions. The humans are home. Hurry, get inside. The humans are home.
Oh, what a lovely weekend away. Oh, what's that on the floor? That looks like that's Katie Lynn's booty. What on earth is that doing on the floor out here? We really appreciate you being here today and hope you enjoyed seeing some of our vintage dolls. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps us out. Now, this is the conclusion of our three-part vintage doll series. If you would like to see more of our vintage dolls, let us know in the comments and we will look at potentially planning a second series in 2022. Blessings to all our dear Dolly friends wherever you are in the world. We love you and look forward to you joining us in our next video. And if we don't see you during the week, we'll see you all next Sunday. Bye until then. Bye everyone. Bye.